In this video, I'm going to show you guys why technical analysis is very important and how it can save you from losing a lot of money in the stock market and help you make better decisions. So remember what I said about ASTS last week? I want to see how ASTS behaves at one of these fair value gaps. If it does go below the 4-hour fair value gap, I want to see how it behaves at the daily fair value gap. But I am interested in ASTS if it can come back and retrace into one of these gaps. So guys, the things that I was worried about ASTS doing actually ended up happening. So the average trader who doesn't really know how to do technical analysis would have seen ASTS, right, do this run up all the way up to $84, and they would have hopped in immediately, not asking themselves technical questions that you always have to ask yourself. Like, for example, what did the price do at this level previously? You guys can see at this $84 level, right, on October 29th, we had a major rejection and we saw the stock drop heavily all the way down to $53. This is why I did not want to jump into ASTS just because it reached another major resistance. I wanted to ask myself, right, what happened at this previous resistance? It rejected this previous resistance, right? The next question I asked myself, were there any imbalances that were left behind? That's how we identified the 4-hour fair value gap and this daily fair value gap that you guys are seeing. We're finally starting to reject and we're heading towards that $84 level again. You guys can see after we broke this previous downwards trend, right, we're forming higher highs and higher lows, and our expectation is that once we reach $84, we'll go to 103. So another question I'm going to ask myself is, what is the stock doing at the lower time frame that I'm still, using for long-term swings, like the 4-hour? The 4-hour is showing us when we went down, we left some bearish fair value gaps, like right over here. And you guys can see right now, we're currently trying to get out of this fair value gap for the 4-hour, but we are forming a doji candle right over here. So I do expect us to maybe see some resistance right over here, and we may see some resistance right before we reach the $84 level. We may see the stock going up and down into this fair value gap right before we want to go to 103. But this is why you should always be asking yourself these questions. What happened at previous resistances? What happened at previous supports? Are there any imbalances that have been left behind, and etc.? This will help you with technical analysis, and this will help you make better decisions so that you can always save yourself from losing money.